In the last video, we answered the question, what do I do if I'm supposed to be interested in someone like a client or a prospect or, a new relative, an in-law, someone important, but I'm just not interested at all in what they're saying? And the answer was incredibly simple. Get genuinely curious. Not about the content of what they're saying, but about why they're saying it. What is it about this thing that's so interesting to them that you don't find interesting at all? Why are they telling me this? And in this video, I want to go one level deeper. Don't just be curious, become a collector of stories. By the way, if you're new here, my name is Brian Miller. I'm a former professional magician turned author, speaker, coach, and consultant on human connection. Let's start here. Titles matter. The words we use to describe ourselves play a huge role in how we are perceived by the outside world, other people, but more importantly, by ourselves. My friend Zoe Chance is a professor at Yale's School of Management. She teaches influence and persuasion techniques and is the author of the recent best-selling book, Influence is Your Superpower. I had the honor of sitting down with Zoe again recently on my podcast, Beyond Networking, and here is what she told me.
So for me as a teacher, I just asked myself, what would it look like if I were in the hospitality business? What would it look like if I were hosting my class instead of teaching my class? This was a sea change from one semester to the next, where I had been so stressed out, crazy, meticulous, micromanaging of students and TAs.
Zoe told me that years ago, there was a TA, one of her teaching assistants, who said to her, you're just not inspiring me to do a good job. And that was just such a devastating moment for Zoe. But then now, these days, with this shift in perception, this shift in title from being a teacher to being a host, she has 90% of all of her classes showing up, even on Zoom in a virtual environment, and even in the fact that she's not taking attendance. All of this from an outside-in shift in title. And so the next time you're standing in line at Starbucks or you're sitting next to someone in a new class and you're just wondering, how do I connect with this person? Or what do I do to reach out? How do I show interest in somebody else, even if I'm not really? The answer is shift yourself in title to being a collector of stories. In that moment, see yourself not as an accountant or a professional or a parent or the person in line hungry for a donut. See yourself as a collector of stories. And here are the benefits. When it's your job to collect stories, you have no choice but to become genuinely curious in who people are, how they came to be that way, and why they believe the things they believe, and why they find interesting the things they find interesting. Not only will it keep you focused and present during conversations, not only will it help you think of interesting, meaningful, and relevant follow-up questions, but most importantly, it will prevent your emotions from overtaking you during difficult conversations. When you get into something that's heated or a little maybe controversial, or you weren't expecting to disagree with someone, instead of seeing yourself, your title being the person who disagrees, instead, you're a collector of stories. And so now you have to be curious about how this person came to believe something that's so different from what you believe. As Zoe said, this perception shift is a sea change. Plus, there's a unique bonus for people like me. If you're someone who writes a blog or makes YouTube videos or shows up on LinkedIn or social media and is always looking for new things to talk about, well, when you're a collector of stories, you will never run out of new things to talk about. The collector of stories connects with people in the moment and an audience in the future. Win-win. Well, that's it for this week, and if you want to stop cringing and start connecting, I have a great resource for you. 7 ways to talk to anyone without looking like an idiot. You can get it right here for free at softskillsarehard.com. And to dive deeper into social skills, interpersonal intelligence, and human connection, check the video on the screen right now.